ever since the Welcome back to After the Snap, and I'm your host, Tasha Pierce, and I just started without trying to. I was over here still fixing stuff, but that's okay. You guys can join me while I fix a few things. I didn't think I was going to be able to get here today. Um, Me and Ashton, we weren't seeing eye to eye. So, it got to the point where I was like, he wins. He wins this week. I can't beat him. So like he got cheat codes that I don't have. So I thought, hey Davina, yeah, I thought he had won, but in actuality, I won. I came back at the last minute, so I won this round. So Grandma 2, Ashton probably is up to 50 now. Shoot, Ashton is blowing me out. But yeah, so this is about to be the most scaled down. What's up, Lysandra? This is about to be the most scaled down show. I am Halloween ready though, but it's about to be scaled down because I didn't have a lot of time to do the things that I typically do. I have been starting to do. Yeah, Ashton was on my case, and I was doing shorts all week. If you guys did not know, I started doing YouTube shorts, and I'm doing things on TikTok as well, Instagram as well. So all of the social medias that have those reels type or the stories type or the TikTok type content, I've been trying to put stuff up there every day, and I've been putting, I'll say 2 or 3 videos up per day all of last week. So things have slowed down this week. I put up one, but that's what this show is going to be mostly. Because I did a lot of for those videos, and I might as well repurpose those videos for this show. This is not going to be all the commentary. Of course, we're going to comment on the comments, but for the most part, I'm going to use that content, especially this week. I don't even have my weekly wrap-up box office top 5 prepared. I do know what the top 5 are, and we're going to go over those together. Let me open up my list in my phone. I've got it here. But the top 5 in the box office this week has not changed much from last week. I'm pretty sure that you guys can pretty much guess what the top 5 movies were. But you might be able to get 4 out of 5. One of them you might not get because it is new. But the rest of them, it will be easy for you to just guess what's the top 5 movies this week. Now, there was an honorable mention that I'd like to throw out there that did not make the top 5. We'll get to that after we visit the top 5. Then I'll tell you what that extra one was, and I'll tell you why it didn't crack the top 5 in my head. So we're gonna we'll talk about that. Okay, here we go. Black Adam, of course, is number 1. Again, Tasha, nothing was gonna knock it off the top spot. It made $27.7 million in its second week, which from where you want it to be as far as movies being concerned, how much you want the second week to drop from the first week. You don't want it to drop 60-something%, and that's what it did. But it still was enough to keep it at number 1. It's not going to stay at number 1. I think this weekend it will still be the number 1 movie. We know what's about to happen November 11th, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Number 2 was the same movie that was number 2 last week. Old ladies went out to see Ticket to Paradise. Ticket to Paradise is that one with George Clooney, Julia Roberts. So that one is it made $10 million over the second weekend, and it was good enough for number 2. So Black Adam has made in the US, probably something like 120 something million dollars, I think, over these 2 weekends. And Paradise has made $33.7 million. Now, it becomes important when you think of Black Adam in these 2 weekends has made it stateside. I think worldwide is at up to $150 million, and that's roughly what it costs to make the movie. So we need about another $500 million before that movie is considered profit and into a profit area. So we know it's going to happen. It's just when, what week will it happen? Number 3 is a new movie, Pray for the Devil, which is weird. And it's not pray like P-R-A-Y. It's pray like P-R-E-Y. So I guess you are going to be the devil's prey in this movie. That's a Lionsgate film. It's the first week, and on the charts, and $7 million in week 1, $7.02 million. Of course, still hanging out in 5 is Smile. Now we know it's spooky season. People are going to go out to see some scary kind of movies. So you're seeing their Pray for the Devil. You're seeing your Smile. But Smile, on a $17 million budget, which is cheap, that's like bargain basement prices, has made $92.3 million in its 5th week. So, I mean, but this weekend, now don't think that's this weekend. This weekend it made $5 million, which is still pretty darn good for a movie that's been out 5 weeks. And it's up to 92.3. This is all profit now for a movie that cost $17 million, which is why, not to say to tighten the purse strings on your movies, but if you want to see, if it's not a guaranteed $100 million movie, you don't want to spend $200-something million to make it. It's just not going to put you, it's going to take a lot longer or a lot more to put you in a profit area. Well, Smile is smiling all the way to the bank because it's all profit now. 92.3 million. We're not even talking about worldwide. We're just talking about here in the United States. Last but not least, and I'm surprised that it's still hanging out, is Halloween Ends. Yeah, Halloween Ends is still hanging out in the top 5. This is week 3 for Halloween Ends. It's made $3.83 million at the box office, which is surprising because you can watch it at home plus. So I'm wondering if people are saying, you know what, I've seen it on Paramount Plus. I want the big screen experience for this movie. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Where I'm at in the Halloween spirit, I ain't even watched this movie yet. But Halloween Ends, hanging out there. Now I don't know what the budget was on Halloween Ends, but those are not typically expensive movies to make any either. So I'm going to take a look here and see if I can get a budget. Halloween Ends budget. Yeah, because let's see what it costs. $33 million. So it costs $33 million. So to be profitable, it needs to get about $100 million. What did we say? How much did we say that this one made this weekend? Lord have mercy. My memory ain't nothing. We said this one with weeks has made $60.3 million. So if it finds a way, $30 million more dollars, which I'm sure they probably picked up some overseas, huh? Let me see what the worldwide box office is for Halloween Ends, just for shits and giggles. Let's see. So far, it's at 2 days ago, it was at $84 million. It's going to become a profitable movie. So yay for Peacock, yay for Universal. They got even though they put it okay, Davina. Even though they put it in the in the on Paramount on Peacock at the same time that they put it in theaters, they are still gonna make a profit. Now, my honorable mention this week is the movie Till. Yeah, the movie Till, and let me look it up because I didn't put it on the list. I remembered it when I was doing the weekly numbers. I remembered it, but now I don't because I'm old. uh, let me pick up what Till did this weekend, and I'm going to tell you why I think that it did what it did, or it didn't do what I feel like it should have done. Bottom line is, it made around $3 million over this first weekend. It's got an A+ cinema score, which means it is a fantastic movie, but ain't nobody seeing it. And the reason why is because it's still battling the Woman King. When movies with a strong black cast come out, it splits the black audience. It sure does. So the younger black people are not going to see Till, and they're not going to see the Woman King. They're going to see Black Adam. So we've already got them out the way. We can't count on their box office. Older people are having to choose. Am I going to see Till, or am I going to see the Woman King? And it's splitting the money. So if the Woman King wasn't still hanging out in the top 10, Till would have done better. It's sad that we got to make a choice, because we also know that coming up is Wakanda Forever, which will also rob from the Till box office. So my thing is, if you're going to see Till and you're going to see it at the theaters, make it a point to go see it this week. Build the box office up on this movie. Get eyes on this movie. I believe that it's going to be. I haven't seen it, but from what I'm hearing, I believe it's going to be awards talk on this movie. So, if you're going to see it, try to get to it this week before Black Panther comes out, because you don't want that competing box office, but you do want them to continue to tell our stories on the big screen. We should be able to have two movies out without having to compete, and that's a whole different animal. Whereas, when studios are marketing, don't put two black movies up against one another, because you're hurting your own box office, because now people got to choose. So let me see what Davina had to say. Davina says, I'm going to go check it out, because Danielle Deadwyler has been doing her thing. Danielle Deadwyler is playing, is she playing the mama? Danielle Deadwyler is, I think, playing the mama. So yeah, Danielle Deadwyler, and let's pull a pic. So just so in case we don't know who she is, let me pull a picture of her. Do. This is the doggone ice cream truck is out here. And yeah, D, that's another part of it. But we look at what happened with Jeffrey Dahmer movie. We all know that story. We know it very well, right? Many of us were alive when it was announced, right? So we watched it and supported it, and it was on Netflix. Of course, we didn't have to go out to see it, but it was on Netflix, and we watched it. We know that story. We wanted to watch it and empathize with those people. Well, let's watch this one, and let's invite others to watch this one and empathize with these people. Let's empathize with Emmett Till's mother and the legacy that she left behind after the murder of her son. Now, there are many also black folks, and I can't be mad at y'all. I can't be mad at them. There are many of us who say, oh no, I can't watch not one more black trauma porn movie I get it. You know, you don't want to see a movie every couple of weeks that is exploiting, it feels like it's exploiting the trauma of Black people. So I get it. But sometimes we need to support. And I felt very differently about The Woman King, and I had a very different opinion about that movie. And again, I wasn't shitting on the movie. I didn't tell people don't go see it. I presented both sides. But this is a story that deserves to be told and told and told again. And the reason why I feel that way, even though it is Black trauma porn, I get it. I feel like it needs to be told because our history is starting to slowly be erased. And by the time my grandson is in 12th grade, they'll be teaching history a whole different way. And if we don't tell our stories to our descendants, then who keeps our stories alive? Because you know I'm not lying. They talking about they don't want teachers to teach history in such a way that makes white folks look like the bad guys or in American history. Well, America and American history, you look back, the villain of the fucking story is the white people. They screwed over the indigenous people, right? They definitely screwed over Black people, right? So that's two groups that were screwed over by the white folks. Yay. But that's not a yay. And then y'all talking about, oh, go back to your country. Shit, you go back to yours. Go back to yours. Because this ain't y'all, you know what I'm saying? It was all stolen. This is not. It ain't right what y'all did. You didn't do it. Personally, whoever you watching this, you didn't do it. But one of your ancestors might have. And you should hear the worst parts, the ugliest parts of what your ancestors did so that we do not repeat those things. I'm picking up comments. Davina says she has not watched Dahmer yet. Dahmer is, let me think. I think they said it's one of the most watched shows on Netflix. I forgot how many minutes of watching it had, but it was ridiculous. So you might be in the minority of people who have not yet watched Dahmer. I watched it. It told the story. It is nothing new. They did take some creative liberties. Of course, they don't ever tell the story just like it happened. The victims happy. A lot of the victims are, like, why y'all keep bringing this back up again? Black trauma porn. I get it. I'm just a true crime junkie, and it's probably, again, it's not a healthy obsession, but it is an obsession. Okay, Davina was saying that Danielle Deadweiler is also from Scratch on Netflix, so that is another place that you will find her, and her body of work is growing and growing. She is a beautiful little girl. I'm trying to think now. Wasn't she in? She was in the one with the Jay-Z produced one. How Did They Fall? Is she in the How Did They Fall? Yes. Yes, she is. And she was also in Reckoning. Danielle Deadweiler, yes. So I liked her in How Did They Fall. I really did. And I do think she is an up and coming. We got to keep our eyes on Danielle. Davina said also, I totally agree. It's hard to see and hear, talk about this Till stuff, but she's here for it. And Davina also says, take the good with the bad when it comes to all people. Exactly. But don't, it's like forgive, but don't forget. That's just the honest, that's how I feel anyway. Oh, she said she was also in P-Valley. I don't do the P-Valley thing. I don't even, it never has sounded like anything I was interested in, but at the same time, um, I don't think I have the channel to get it anyway. The whatever it's on, which I don't know what it's on. But yeah, so that is our week of our weekly wrap up, and that is why I think that Black folks, or that the Till movie is not doing as well as it possibly could be doing on in the box office. Now, it ain't no surprise to us because we talked about this last week, but I do like the redemption of things like that. Hey, girl, you was right, girl. You was right. If you were here with us last week, then you know that we talked about Wonder Man. And let me see. There we go. We talked about Wonder Man. And I was saying that, word on the street is that Yaya was going to be cast as Wonder Man. Well, it has been officially announced today that Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is joining the MCU, coming off of some of the best reviews of his career for his work in Broadway's revival of the Pulitzer Prize-winning Susan Laurie Parks play Top Dog Underdog. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is preparing a move from DC to Marvel as the lead for the studio's Disney Plus series Wonder Man. Now, if you don't remember, Yaya played in Aquaman. Yaya is Black Manta, which makes me feel like, okay, we got another Aquaman movie coming next year, right? Would Yaya have been able to make this move and play a villain in one universe and a hero in the other universe without some conflict? And not saying that there has to be a conflict. These actors, they're going to take a paycheck wherever they can get it. They don't have to be loyal to either studio. But if they are going from one studio to the other, then it's like those schedules kind of could conflict with one another, which makes me think that Black Manta is done for in this next movie, or they don't plan on using him no time soon, and that is why he was able to make the crossover to Marvel. But hey, I would rather have him in Marvel as a leading man than as Black Manta in the DCU. And I'm not sitting on the DCU. Please don't, because I think they're on a good trajectory with the hire of James Gunn and Peter Safran to together do the job that Kevin Feige does over at Marvel. If spoiler alert, if you didn't know that, yes, Kevin Feige is the man over at Marvel, and most, if not all, decisions about what happens in that universe goes through him. But that is what is going to happen with James Gunn and Peter Safran over at DC. Walter Hamada is out. These two are in, and they are going to be now patching together the universe that they've been wanting to build over there at DC. That's been the plan for a long time, and things just hadn't been working out. And now they say, we got our pieces in place to build, and now let's start building. But I am inclined to believe that building means that we're not going to have Yaya moving forward, because how could he commit himself to both of these universes that are both continuously building? The Wonder Man series is going to be on Disney Plus, like I said, and most of the time, those heroes from Wonder Man, those heroes from Disney Plus cross over into the movies. So I'm really happy that he is he's found his way into the MCU, and the MCU was not crazy. They did not pass up the opportunity to get this man on the payroll, because I love his work. He is a hell of an actor, and I want to see him get big roles in these big blockbuster type movies, and for him to still do the kind of indie or smaller films as well. So let me know what you think in the comments or the chat, and we gonna move right the heck along. Um, Now, another just in, and we already talked about James Gunn and Peter Safran really quick, but that Green Lantern HBO Max series, yeah, they were talking about you. I don't know if we remember, they were talking about doing Green Lantern series, and they had been getting things started. The ball was rolling, and now they're saying that this series that's been in development since 2019, they changing it all. But I think the change is for the better. DC and HBO Max decided they want to go in a different direction for the Green Lantern series, which has been in development since 2019. The focus will shift from Guy Gardner and Alan Scott. Those are two Green Lanterns. Let's pull some pictures up. Those are two Green Lanterns. Of course, Guy Gardner is, to me, amongst the most the most popular ones. But my favorite, first, let's show you Guy Gardner. The Guy Gardner. This is of course animated, so or illustrated. It's not. It's not a photograph of any one person. So, but this is probably what you would have gotten. Let me see here. There he is. Uh-oh, that ain't it. That ain't it. There you go. So that is, well, I think this delay for the best, D. And it's a series. But I think it's for the best. Because this was the Green Lantern that they were going to be basing that series upon. And now they are going to change it to my favorite Green Lantern. And maybe that's why I'm like, let's go ahead on and let's go ahead on and change. Let's change him. This this is just one rendering of our Green Lantern. Let's see. Okay, this is who they're going to now focus the series around. And you know what? Number one, this is my favorite Green Lantern anyway, for probably obvious reasons. Okay, it's always, when I was a younger person, it's always good to see somebody that kind of looks like you being this hero. So he was chosen to be a Green Lantern. I think it's a good move. I'm not saying that those other Green Lanterns would not be good. I just think it's a great place to start with John Stewart's Green Lantern. So you guys let me know what you think about DC pivoting from the Hal Jordan or the Guy Gardner, or what was the other one's name? Alan Scott. Green Lanterns, and they're focusing now on the John Stewart Green Lanterns. Also, the writer and showrunner left the project. So this was a person, Seth Grahame-Smith, has always done a lot of work for and with DC. He said, I'm not gonna stick around for this one. But they still have a deal with Berlanti Productions, and you know that Berlanti Productions is part of the CW stuff. So it was written by Greg Berlanti, Mark Guggenheim, and Graham Smith. The original premise for the series reinvented the classic DC property through a story spanning decades and galaxies, beginning on Earth in 1941 with the very first Green Lantern. This probably is why they wanted to start with Alan Scott, who is because he was a secretly gay FBI agent. And they wanted to start with Alan Scott, of course, to have them playing against the cocky Guy Gardner. You know Guy Gardner is got a slick ass mouth. So those two kind of buddy cop, kind of straight guy, funny guy. That's what we would have been looking at with them. But yeah, they're still going. Berlanti Productions still has DC's Titans, which is coming back November 3rd, I believe. But man, I'm not excited. And Doom Patrol, they are saying is a lot better than Titans. But that was what Titans is the one I was most attached to, and the one I got into the most. And it's just been, to me, disappointing. One season after the next. It's never horrible, but it doesn't stick the landing ever. So let's hope they do better with the writing for the Green Lantern series. To me, now I don't know about Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol like jumped out the window with me in the first season, and I didn't go back for the second season. The first season was good, but it wasn't for me. So tell me what you think about the possibility of seeing a Jon Stewart in the next couple of years on HBO Max. Another thing is Vision. Vision, y'all know who Vision? Yeah, Vision. Wanda's Vision. He getting his own series on Disney Plus. This is like all good news coming out of Disney Plus. It always is. This is, and I don't want it to be that way. I don't ever want to just report on one studio all the time, especially because, I do enjoy the comic book content from both studios. It just seems like Disney Plus has their shit together. So the Vision series starring Paul Bettany is in the works at Marvel Studios for Disney Plus. So we're bringing back we're bringing back Paul Bettany. West Coast Avengers. Hey there, Clarence. West Coast Avengers, yes. We are going to see we see in the lineup be put together. And let me take a look over here. Without taking away from what I was doing there. Let me see. So we see, and I don't think that we are going to see Hawkeye come back and be Goliath, but that is how it went in the comics, right? But they brought what's his name, William Jackson Harper from The Good Place, from Midsommar, from Love Life on HBO Max, from The Underground. I'll pull up a picture just in case you guys are not sure who I'm talking about. They're bringing him into the MCU. He's been added to the cast of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So could Hawkeye? Could he be playing Black Goliath? That is something to think about. But anywho, they got Iron Man, which we know we ain't getting him. Not no time soon, anyway. Mockingbird, we might. Yeah, he was in The Good Place, Clarence. So we got Rhodey, Wonder Man, and Tigra, and they're gonna recruit The Thing, Hank Pym, which Hank Pym is too old. In our Hank Pym is too old in the MCU. Moon Knight, Firebird, the Wasp, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. And then there were other recruits will be the U.S. agent. We're seeing it all be built. Human Torch, Quicksilver, Machine Man. Haven't heard of that one yet. Living Lightning, Spider Woman, and Darkhawk. So there's a lot of ways, and Kate Bishop. We you know, Kate Bishop will be the Hawkeye in. I think, because I always say these things like I know. I think Kate Bishop would be the Hawkeye in our West Coast Avengers lineup. So they bring it back to Paul Bettany's vision. Last time we saw him was in WandaVision, and he disappeared. He was gone. And the quote was, "What is grief but love persevering?" One of the most beautiful quotes in comic book movie history. And I actually used it today. Claire says, will we now see him dealing with Wanda's death? Is she dead? I mean, I know we've been led to believe she's dead, but is she dead? I believe that would be something that they should kind of touch on, especially since he has no concept of, he didn't have any concept of love or grief until he met Wanda. So this would be the next step in his evolution of learning. But is she dead? Oh gosh. A little part of me says she's not. I don't think she did. So we've got Agatha, House of Harkness, and then we got the Vision Quest. These are the two spinoffs from WandaVision. If y'all ain't watched WandaVision, it really does take a beautiful look at dealing or coping with grief, the grief of loss of a loved one. And it was, I know it sounds crazy because it's a comic book series, but it was quite helpful. It was quite helpful for me when dealing with the loss of my dad. Oh, you said this baby went trick or treating and came back with $90 in cash. What did she do? What? If I knew they was handing out money, I should have went with her. Shoot, I should have too. I'll dress for the occasion. Let me take my butt out there and get some money. Get that money. Yeah, I might be able to at least get together the light bill. Shit. Oh gosh, y'all silly. Yeah, and I guess it is over for the trick or treating soon here. It's starting to get a little, it ain't dark yet, but yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk about this white vision, and this white vision is Vision. He has the, I guess, the memories of our vision now, because now when our real vision scan the memories of white vision, now white vision is our vision. If you ain't watched WandaVision, and I've said this word vision so many times now, but if you guys haven't watched WandaVision, get on it, doggone it. Get on it, doggone it. Not just because the themes of it is it's a beautiful theme. Not only because of that, but also because it is almost imperative to understand some of the stuff that's going on in the next phase of the MCU. Speaking of which, we're going to talk about what they are thinking, because this phase of the MCU ends with Black Panther. So Black Panther ends phase 4. We start phase 5 with God, what is it? I done forgot. Is it Ironheart? But anywho, so we start in phase 5. We're ending phase 4. We know that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is what, in a week or 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks, I got a theory. I'm going to play you my theory because, I hadn't I shared it on if you guys are following me on all of the other social medias and the such, you know I have already shared it as a short. But I got a theory, and just want you guys to hear me out. Tell me what you think of my theory, and then we're going to talk about what they are expecting Wakanda Forever to do. We're going to talk about that opening weekend. They're talking crazy numbers, but give me your guesses in the comments if you're here with us. If you think that you have a guess of how much you think that Wakanda Forever might do in its first weekend, put it in the chat. I'm going to guess, and I know everybody's gonna be mad at me at this guess that I'm about to do, but I can't, I can't help it. That's what it is. I have to. This is what I gotta say. I gotta say it. It's not like I'm making these things up. All I do is all I do is report it. I'm not like making it. But anywho, listen to this while I take a couple sips of my water, and then let me know what you think of this theory, and then we're gonna talk about money.
We're less than 2 weeks away from returning to the MCU's Wakanda. We know one of the major themes of the film is dealing with grief. But what else can we look forward to exploring? Back in 2018, Ryan Coogler explained in an Esquire magazine interview that initially Black Panther set out to be the MCU take on James Bond. After watching many Bond movies, Coogler pivoted to the Francis Ford Coppola Godfather trilogy and pivoted the story. The finished product gave us an Academy Award-nominated Afro-futuristic hybrid of the characters in James Bond and The Godfather. And if we thought we were through with the Godfather theme, we were mistaken. Earlier this month in an interview with The Direct, Marvel exec Nate Moore once again stated that Wakanda Forever leans into The Godfather even more. There are two very powerful families, or in this case nations, feeling threatened by one another's existence and going to war. So, what if the MCU continues to use The Godfather as a blueprint in telling the stories of these nations? In The Godfather, there are 5 mafia families that run New York. Could the MCU's Earth 616 be inhabited by 5 powerful nations? Wakanda was introduced in Black Panther, so Wakanda Forever brings us Namor's Talokan. Technically, Falcon and the Winter Soldier brought us Madripoor and the Power Broker. That leaves 2 nations to be unveiled. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? That's right. First, we may see Magneto's Genosha, followed by Victor Von Doom's Latveria. That's 5 secretive, yet very powerful nations that could potentially come to blows, creating the opportunity for a pivotal Civil War type event. Of course, this is all my little theory of how it could go down, but let me know what you think in the comments. And this has been Tasha Pierce with another After the Snap Short Snap.
Okay, so you got the gist of my theory, right? 5, it won't be 5 families. It'll be 5 nations. And these nations, it could lead to some sort of power struggle. And I am liking that idea. This is not to say that they're definitely going in that direction, but gosh, I would be so excited if they were, because there is a possibility for at least 4 different movies in that. At least 4, but it could be even more than 4 movies made out of that storyline, that idea. You start with Wakanda versus Talokan, and then okay, they come together and they make a truce or whatever, and then we see Latveria or Genosha pop their heads, and Madripoor has always been waiting out there in the shadows. So because ever since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we have been expecting that other shoe to drop with Sharon Carter. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But let me know what you think about my crazy theory, because I'm a little proud of it, even though, and I haven't checked to see if anybody has commented on that particular aspect of my TikTok videos. There are 107 views. I picked up some followers. Okay. But nobody's commented. So if you guys like it or don't like it, or you think I'm crazy, let me know. As far as Black Panther Wakanda Forever, let's start with what the original Black Panther did. The original Black Panther opening weekend, are y'all ready? If you don't remember, the original Black Panther opening weekend did $202 million. $202 million. So we talking ridiculous amounts of money, right? I am going out on a limb, me myself, and saying that Wakanda Forever will do 150 in that range, $150 million. The pundits, the talking heads, are saying upwards to 175 million. I'm saying 150 million, and that's because something just telling me to be conservative, like I was, well, less conservative than I was with Black Adam. I was more conservative with Black Adam than I am with no. I was less conservative with Black Adam than I'm being with Wakanda Forever. I thought Black Adam was going to do between 65 and 75 million dollars, and I was right. I did land in there, but I was thinking in the back of my mind it's going to do far more. It's going to do the 75, and it missed. It stopped short of it. Wakanda Forever, I'm going to say $150 million. $150 million is nothing to sneeze at. Let me see. Now what the heck was I? Oh, best box office opening for. Let's see what the opening weekends. I'm going to look at Box Office Mojo here and see what the opening weekends have been looking like. But shucks, I want the domestic. And weekends, not daily. Shoot. Okay. So Black Adam did 67 million his first week. Halloween Ends did, why does that say it's 7? Oh, that's the second week. Okay, so what I want to look at is what did Thor Love and Thunder did. I do not want overall. Why is it showing me overall? I just want domestic. Okay. So Thor Love and Thunder. Where did it start? Y'all, I suck at this. I can't find it. Because I know that's not how it did. Thor Love and Thunder opened at $144 million. Oh, well, maybe, I don't know, y'all. Maybe it will go a little bit higher than 150. If Thor Love and Thunder opened at 144, Black Panther might do that 175. Now let me see. Where is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Doctor Strange opened at $187 million. And I don't know if that's the number one for the year. Oh no, it might be for the year it might be Top Gun, huh? Look, so what I'm thinking is, what is Top Gun? Top Gun opening weekend, 126 million. No, so it's high on the box office, but it wasn't the highest opening. Black Panther probably stands a chance. Oh, you know what movie? I'm forgetting. Batman, the Batman, early this year. You know, that's been so long ago. It feels like it was a whole different year. uh, Let me see if there was anything else that went higher than the Batman. Oh, well, that wasn't this opening weekend though. Spider-Man: No Way Home. So yeah, it looks like Spider-Man: No Way Home won the box office for quite a few weeks, and then it went into Scream, and then it went into Scream. Then we went into Jackass Forever, Death on the Nile, Uncharted, The Batman. So The Batman was the next movie, and what did it do opening weekend? What did I say? $134 million. I am gonna go out on a limb and say I'm staying with my 150, and the reason why is because it would be comparable to the Batman to me. It would be a comparable opening, and the Batman opened in wintertime. The Batman opened, we weren't quite as steady outside of the pandemic. Yeah. So I think the Batman would have done more if it opened now than what it did when it opened back in the beginning of this year. And I think that that would be a good indication of what Wakanda Forever can do. Now, Davina says, I think it's going to do about 190 million. I say that because everyone has been awaiting this movie. Plus, they'll be paying tribute to Chadwick. Then you got to think. I'm always devil's advocate thinking. Are these people who were saying recast T'Challa, and if you don't recast T'Challa, we ain't going to the movies? Are they serious? Because if they're serious, then I add that into the box office, or I subtract it from the box office. I add those thoughts, even though you're one of the big noisemakers about this was a guy named E-Man. Let me see. What his his name is E-Man, and he was very vocal about this recast T'Challa. I won't call it nonsense because I understand he really had he really felt strongly about this shit, but he went so far with it to me as to say, I don't want, we not going to see it. I can't support this movie if you don't recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa, recast T'Challa. If you don't recast T'Challa, we ain't, so we can't support this movie because he shouldn't die. The character shouldn't die with Chadwick, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, I understand. I get it. We all have a feeling that, oh shit, this shit don't even get big. Excuse my French. We all feel some type of way, I guess. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But this is the dude. And I'm gonna show you this because Marvel and all the big studios, when they have a big release, they invite popular critics, a good subsection of critics to the world premiere. And Marvel, even after this dude went on Today's Show and Good Morning America and all these news programs talking about they're not supporting this movie if they don't recast T'Challa, even though he did that, they invited him to the premiere and he went. Now, of course, it could be because they're like, he ain't going to turn down the opportunity to go to this premiere. And when he tells what he thinks of this movie, it will change the minds of those people who are screaming recast T'Challa. So as long as we get him to give a good review, and he's going to have all that good feeling and goodwill about, because he was invited, even though he was shitting on this movie for the better part of a year. They was damn near celebrating when Letitia Wright got injured. So look, I think that they might come out, but then there are those people who are staunchly just saying, for F this, I'm not going. And I understand that. But this dude, to me, not a hypocrite. I won't call him that. But if he felt as strongly, if he was as passionate about what he was saying, he wouldn't have went to the premiere. He'd have gave that ticket to me. Now, I don't know if I would have went to no dang old Los Angeles to see it, but you know what I mean? Because there are so many of us who are not shitting on this movie, who are talking about it in the same as the same type of cultural phenomenon that the first one was. But yeah, so this dude, he talked all that, but he showed up to that. He showed up to that premiere. He was there. Now, we know that there's a review embargo. The social media embargo lifted immediately after the world premiere, which was October. Was it the 26th? I think it was the 26th. So October 26th, the world premiere, and then October 26th, social media reactions were being dropped. And I followed those very closely, and those reactions were fantastic. Like, I did not see one bad one. However, usually people who come out, go to the premiere, and get on social media immediately, those are the people who really loved it. We don't hear from the people who hated it. A lot of times, we don't hear from the people who hated it until the day that the actual review embargo is lifted. And that will be November 8th for Wakanda Forever. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, because it's looking good. Even though I'm not surprised, because this cast was truly invested in saying goodbye to their friend, and this was the proper director to do it. This was the proper cast to carry this out. There was a lot of emotion involved in this. I'm ready to see what the finished product looks like. And I hope that it is as stunning as the first one was. And I'm hearing that it is. And again, a lot of what we heard about it has come to be true, like the 2 hours and 41 minutes, the one post-credit scene, and people who have seen that movie. As a matter of fact, before I go on, because I'm going to play this for you guys, because I got to load it first. But I'm going to play this for you guys because I know some of you have seen it already, but it is there's quite a few pointers that I had in the short that I did for Wakanda Forever, and that'll give me enough time to get up and see what's going on, see if they are stretching my legs and seeing about this baby in here, because today is Halloween and me and the baby slept forever and ever and ever. So I don't even know if they're going to put the little costume thingy on them, and I can bring them in here so y'all can see them. But if not, then it's because it's my fault, because we went in there and again, it was on. It was me versus Ashton, and I was refusing today. I was refusing to let Ashton win, and today I won. I have finally put some points on the board against Ashton. Yeah, because Ashton be oh gosh. But anywho, so I'm gonna put this video up here in just a second. The world premiere of Wakanda Forever was, like I said, October 26th. I share some of the thoughts of the people. I share some of the feelings, and I share some of the reviews in this particular video. So I'm going to go ahead on and play it, and I'm going to scoot on out of here for just a minute while I do.
Wow, guys, this one snuck up on me. It really did. Wednesday night was the Wakanda Forever world premiere. It snuck up on me. The official review embargo for Wakanda Forever is going to lift on November 8th, but the social media embargo had been lifted, so we've been getting these early reactions after the premiere. A lot of people have said that the memory of Chadwick Boseman loomed very heavily over the whole entire movie. This thing is still written and directed by Ryan Coogler, and it's a sequel to the 2018 movie Black Panther. It's also the 30th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The first Black Panther was a box office success, a cultural phenomenon, and it made over $1 billion at the box office. Also had an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. So this was like one of the crown jewels of the MCU. And we were excited as a fandom for the next installment of Black Panther, this one being Wakanda Forever. And then the untimely death of Chadwick Boseman, who died from colon cancer on August 28th, 2020. And he fought with this disease for 4 years without even uttering a word. He didn't complain. He didn't come out into the world and ask for pity or prayers. He fought the battle on his own. But the script was written for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and that script was written with Chadwick Boseman in mind. Now, this entire crew, to include the director, to include, I'm sure, Marvel chief Kevin Feige, they were taken by surprise by Chadwick's death, learning of his illness, and they had to go back, rewrite and restructure the script and the story for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Seemed to be like a cursed, God, it just really seemed like the production on this thing was cursed, because we had the untimely death of Chadwick Boseman. Then we had the pandemic. Then we had serious injury to Letitia Wright. This thing was delayed and delayed and delayed. But here we are. Now we are in the throes of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Select audience members were able to find out exactly what this movie was about on Wednesday night. It still has the same stars: Lupita Nyong'o, Tisha Wright, Winston Duke, Denai Guerrera, Florence Kasumba, Angela Bassett, and Martin Freeman, but it also debuted Tenoch Huerta as Namor the Submariner, and Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, also known as Ironheart. So this thing is coming out November 11th. It's going to be a long one, y'all. So make sure that you got your snacks and that you have used the bathroom. It's going to have a runtime of 2 hours and 41 minutes. It's featuring music by both Rihanna, and everybody is excited about the Rihanna one because, it's been a little while since we got some music from her. So we got Rihanna on the soundtrack, and we also have Beyonce. Beyonce knows Carter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So yes, we're going to have good music. You're going to be sitting in the theater for a good little while. They are saying that there is one post-credit scene. One post-credit scene. I'm pretty sure that we'll get some sort of a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. As you have probably been noticing, the title sequence on this here video is a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. But before we get out of here, I'm going to share a few of the thoughts of some of the people who were able to see that movie on its world premiere Wednesday night. Jermaine Lucier said Black Panther Wakanda Forever is as epic as Marvel sequels get. The story is hugely ambitious and thematically rewarding with gut-wrenching twists and turns throughout. You feel the length, but it's fun, wildly beautiful, and has the best credit scene in Marvel history, no contest. Wow. Fico Cangiano says Wakanda Forever is fantastic. Coogler delivers a soulful, wondrous sequel that packs an emotional punch and effectively explores relevant world themes. A beautiful tribute to Boseman's legacy. Letitia and Tenoch are great, and the mid-credit scene is really moving. Hashtag Black Panther. Then we have Eric Voss, my guy. Eric Voss says Black Panther Wakanda Forever makes it clear how precious Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa were to the MCU. Without him, the film sometimes yearns for a heartbeat. It finds it at just the right moments and it's exhilarating. I can't wait to see it again. Brian David says Black Panther Wakanda Forever is Marvel's most poignant and powerful film to date. It's heavy and dark in the way that it needed to be and mostly abandons the studio's trademark tone. The craft work levels up in every conceivable way and the performances rise to the occasion. Glowing reviews from the critics. I just shared a few. There are plenty more on all of the social media sites, so tread carefully on social media for the next few days. You know, some idiot out there is going to spoil some big stuff, so tread very carefully. You guys tell me how excited you are for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Let me know down in the comments. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Long live the king. Long live T'Challa. Wakanda Forever. This has been Tasha Pierce with another After the Snap Short Snap.
Hey, everybody. Look who's back. I mean, well, not back. Look who's here to join me. Say hello, Ashton. Say hi. Hi, everybody. It's my first Halloween. Why are you looking at mommy? Look at the camera. You got to flirt with the camera, man. Say hello. I'm here. It's me, and this is Halloween Ashton. Halloween Ashton. Boy, look at you. You're just so cute and handsome and fat and chubby. I love you. I love you, fatty. Okay. You gonna go back with mommy? Or you want to sit in here and produce? Which one you gonna do? You gonna produce or you gonna go back with mama? Yeah, look, he trying to hold his old sticker on. Oh gosh, you a mess, boy. Oh gosh, you a mess. Yeah, so look, I ain't nobody see you yet. But they'll see you later, man. I couldn't keep all this cuteness to myself. I couldn't keep all this cuteness to myself, Daddy. Okay. Here you go, mommy. Oh gosh. Lysandra said, hey, Ash.
Hey, TT.
He getting on up out of here. He said, I got to go. Got things to do. bottles to drink. All right, so that was Ash and his Halloween gear. Yeah. So you see, that was just like a little bit of the reviews, a few of the of reviews, but they're glowing across the board, glowing reviews. And oh, excuse me. Yeah, I can't wait. There are some people who, like for the Black Adam premiere, they were like, we ain't like this movie. And they told us that like week one, before when the social media embargo had lifted, immediately they told us, hey, we didn't like this movie, and I'll tell you more when we get reviews. We didn't see that with Black Panther. I haven't seen a negative review just yet. Now, doesn't mean that there won't be some. This movie is not going to be for everybody, but so far so good as far as the series or the movie goes. So I'm looking forward to that. One more thing before I get up out of here. Yeah, today I got to leave a little bit earlier because I slept the way I did. I ain't ate. I haven't eaten. Oh, before I do this, yeah, I do need to stay here for just a second longer because there was some fallout. I did that little video and all the endorsements that he lost. You know what I mean? That it's a little short video, and it wasn't trying to. I don't think I was trying to shit on him. I don't even think I said anything really bad about the man in this video. But not the second one. The second one I kind of flamed him. The first one, I didn't really say anything bad about this man. But people got upset on Facebook. Now TikTok chilling, YouTube ain't even watching it. Instagram chilling, Facebook. This is what I mean. This is what they mean when they say that the bottom of the social, the bottom of the social media hierarchy is Facebook. Facebook. I'm not saying that this is not going to happen on other platforms, but Facebook are the most gullible, are the most cult-like. People put fake shit in front of Facebook users all the time, and Facebook users, if you are primarily and all you use is Facebook, somebody puts some fake shit in front of you, and you'll believe it. Not all of you, I'm saying it's for an older crowd now. The young people have moved on to other things. The older crowd is still hanging out on Facebook, and our counterparts are far more gullible, far more cult-like. This is why when Russia and whomever else was interfering in our elections were spreading propaganda about damn it everything, their ground zero was Facebook. They couldn't get Instagram. They couldn't get Twitter. They got Facebook. And the reason they got Facebook is because the people are less savvy to their methods. If you start looking and you seeing constantly things that are feeding into something that you are obsessive about, that is propaganda. They're showing you the propaganda to keep you on Facebook. Same thing they do on TikTok, or at least TikTok. I mean, with TikTok, that's if you watch too much of that shit, it can turn your brain to mush. It can literally turn your brain to mush. You can just see all of these short little videos and people doing stupid shit. And of course, I'm trying to blow up on TikTok, but I understand that that TikTok is not. That'll make you crazy. Watching little dances and people being silly, and and all of this happening in sound bites. It's not happening it's not happening quickly at all. So anywho, I'm saying all of that to say this. I made that little video about Kanye. I did not say anything negative about Kanye. People is coming for my ass about that video, and I'm going to share some of it with you. I haven't looked at it in a while because it's like I would lose my mind trying to I lose my mind trying to keep up with what these people are saying about me. They don't even know me. so yeah, I can't understand. I don't get why these people are coming for Kanye West, coming to his defense when I wasn't attacking him, but they come into his defense and he would not spit on them if they were on fire. Yeah, I said he wouldn't spit on their ass if they was on fire. So why are you acting like your end all be all? That ain't cool shit. I'm trying to find the videos, my reels, so I can show you what these people are saying to me. They really they're getting in my ass, I promise you.
Have you ever watched a person self-destruct? If not, keep your
No, this ain't even it. How do I get to I'm so silly. I don't know how to get to my doggone reels. Lord have mercy. What I gotta do? What I gotta do to get to the reels? Lord. I ain't worried about Lysandra, you know I ain't worried about what they saying. Especially if they coming for Kanye West's defense. Especially the fact that I didn't really say anything. I mean, I could have said a whole lot. Like the second video, I came for his ass. That was when I found out how much it cost to go to that school and all that foolishness. Yeah, that time I could understand if you got a little upset. From the beginning, I can't understand why they was getting all upset like that because I didn't say anything bad about Kanye. I can't find my reels, and it's going to bother me because there is, I know how to find it, huh? All I got to do is go to where people comment, and people is blowing my ass to pieces. Okay. Let's just go to the beginning. Let's just see some of what these people are saying. We ain't about to visit too long because it'll drive you crazy. Okay. Let's see. They try to now some people are in agreement with me, and I can tell us whether you agree with me. You don't have to. That's not what this is about. This is me telling my opinion, like a million other people do on social media. Okay. So this person said acting just like his idol, Trump. Gold and silver. We don't talk about each other. We help each other. Black on black shame is not okay. How was it a shame? What did I say in that video that was a shame? I talked about all the shit that he lost in 1 week. No, I did not say he should have lost it. I didn't pass any judgment. I spoke simply the facts. Kanye West said that Jamie Foxx stole Django Unchained's idea from him. Jamie Foxx said that George Floyd didn't die from the police being on his neck. Kanye West said this, that. Kanye West had a lot going on. He had a lot going on. He said this, right? This is where he said it, not me. I could say anti-Semitic stuff and not get dropped by Adidas. He said that, not me. And Adidas dropped him. Where was the lie in this? People got mad though. I'm gonna go down here. Now this person said there's nothing wrong with primary. I'm guessing she meant Kanye. And y'all need to stop quickly their agenda. Don't know what that means, but I'm like, it ain't no agenda. You just sat here and watched this man say that. How is that an agenda? He said it. So Karen Walker agreed, self-destruction. David Franklin agreed, just a wreck. Now, this person said, what you're talking about does not make sense. Stop listening to what these news people be telling you. You know they lie all the time. When have the news ever told you anything that was true? So where are you getting your information from? You think by going on you doing your quote unquote own research on social media and finding people who already believe the same way that you do, you think that that's the truth, and what everybody else believes is a lie. And especially when you can see the shit yourself. Somebody says nobody perfect, y'all, leave them alone. Didn't say anything negative about them. I just spoke facts. The people that are destroying this man's character is you, the Black community. Good going, eating your own. Like I said, Kanye West said that George Floyd did not die from a knee on his neck. Who is eating who? I got what? A few thousand people who listen to me. Kanye West has like literally 40, 50 million people following him on various social medias. So if he says that, he's reaching far more people than what I'm reaching. I'm gonna pick that up, D. And then this dude, I see how money got Black folks. We need to listen to what the brother's saying, not worried about money so damn much. But this is what he's worried about. Because now he coming out and saying, I know what it feels like to have a knee on my neck. So I apologize to George Floyd. I know what it's like to have a knee on my neck because I lost my deal with Adidas. Is that me doing that? Or is that Kanye doing that? He's the one saying that shit. Carl Poole said he got over $400 million. How much you got? Zero. But I got a microphone and a camera, so I can say what the fuck I want. And Kanye can say what the fuck he want. He just got to be prepared to deal with the consequences. I'm not saying that Kanye shouldn't say anti-Semitic shit. I believe that we all have the freedom to say what we want, but we got to be prepared to accept the consequences that come along with what you say. You can feel however you want to feel. Can't nobody stop you from feeling. Can't nobody stop you from talking your shit. But when the rubber hits the road and people start alienating you, that's on you. You created this situation. And this person said, of course, everyone's going to paint him like he's crazy. I never said the man was crazy. I did say he has mental illness. He has mental health issues. But that they automatically jump from mental health issues to crazy. If that's the case, I'd call myself crazy. No, crazy is Jeffrey Dahmer. Crazy is Ted Bundy. Crazy might even be Donald Trump. Mental illness and crazy is not the same thing. Debbie Buxton, I think he should go grow some veggies in community of hippies for 5 years. He needs to change his scenery. I can agree with that. Watch the liberals try to cancel Kanye. I'm not a liberal. He's not crazy. Open your mind, and listening would help you make a more honest decision about our brother. Somebody else. Y'all MFers are crazy. It's nothing wrong with him. That's the media-ish. I want to see what Eric Crow said. Eric Crow said, you crazy too, huh? Paul Baker is white and says the genius doesn't even know about his own history. I agree with you, Paul Baker. Jacqueline Carrera says, blah, blah, blah. You cannot keep a creator down. Yeah, I'm a creator. You thought I was going to stop talking shit because y'all got on my post? I'm a creator. He is an Uber creator, but I'm a creator too. Now, this is what a lot of people are thinking. He couldn't quit the contracts, so he tricked them to withdraw them. Then why is he upset? If he wanted out of these contracts, he would not be upset about losing the contracts. Y'all crazy. Somebody, Team Kane, we can't even spell this man's name. I want to go to the one where there is somebody who just, somebody right here. Whoever you are posting this, you are so stupid. You sound black. That is why you're stupid. But you here defending Kanye West. Oh, gosh. Not interesting at all. Jane is more interested in your jobless ass. You can't spell. Now, let me see. There was one where somebody was really coming for me. Well, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point, right? These people, they go harder for Kanye than he will ever go for them. Ever. Now, let me see. Davina said, it's also sad because you put out some great information. I was mad because that reel got so many views versus all the other reels you put out. And the thing is, if I was chasing clout, I would just keep putting out videos about Kanye because I know people gonna watch them. I don't want to talk about Kanye every damn week. What I want to talk about is what gives me joy and what makes me happy. Is these movies, it's these TV shows, it's entertainment, news, and commentary where you and me and our little group get together and we have an intelligent discourse about these subjects. It's not, I'm not trying to, I do want to get bigger. I do want a bigger audience, but I don't want it to at the expense of my own integrity where I start talking about BS every day, low vibrational conversation just to get views. So I'm not that person. And Davina said, thus why George Floyd's family is suing him. You spoke nothing but facts. Did you see what Kanye came out with after he found out about the lawsuit, after the lawsuit was really filed? Let me find excuse me. Let me see. Okay, I'm up to share this with y'all. I thought I was going to be gone, but you know what? We still here. Let's keep the party going. Because I need y'all, this is the person that all these people is coming to his defense, and they really believe that he's not suffering from something right now. He's suffering. And this story is what's next. Okay. Kanye West continues to attack George Floyd's family amid weekend full of hateful social media posts. Kanye West had another eventful weekend, and like everything he does nowadays, it was all bad. As previously reported by The Root, the Chicago native started the weekend by trying to issue an apology to George Floyd's family on Friday, telling the paparazzi, when I see that video as a Black person, it hurts my feelings. And I know that police do attack and that America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, the idea of it made us feel good together as a people. However, he couldn't just stop there. He had to keep going and once again make himself the victim. Kanye West continued. Now, afterwards, there were some things where the money went in order to push us to the Democratic vote. So when I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. I want to apologize because God has showed me by what Adidas is doing by what the media is doing, I know what it feels to have a knee on my neck right now. With this backwards ass apology, number one. Number two, the fact that he's apologizing for the shit that he said about George Floyd lets me know that when he had an opportunity to sit and think about it, he realized he was wrong. And all these people that's coming to his defense, they're coming to his defense, and he realizes himself that he was wrong. But let's move on. This so-called apology comes after the Flashing Lights artist appeared on the Drink Champs podcast, claimed that George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose. Floyd died of cardiac arrest as Minnesota police officer Derek Chauvin kneeled on his neck while he was handcuffed. Because we all saw this happen in the widely spread video, Kanye's comments are particularly insulting to Floyd's family and all the people around the world who protested police brutality in the wake of his murder. Of course, it didn't take long for the award-winning artist to change his tune, posting a photo of Roxy Washington, the mother of George Floyd's daughter, and complaining about the family suing him for $250 million for his comments, writing, y'all ready? I gave $2 million out of my pocket for the family to help George's daughter, your daughter. Now, because of words, you want to sue me for $250 million when I'm going through an economic lynching, a digital lynching, a social credit score bankrupting. But these are the people, the same folks that was attacking me. They support this. They say, oh, he don't care about the money. He's trying to help the people. You guys believe in the media's narrative. This man is saying this shit out of his own mouth. You can hear him saying it, and yet y'all still defending him. You gave these people $2 million, so that means you can say whatever the hell you want about them and hurt their feelings because you gave them some money. I don't care how much money you give me. If you hurt my feelings, I'm going to make you understand you hurt my feelings. Either I'm going to tell you, hey, you hurt my feelings, I'm going to make you feel it. And the way you feel things, Kanye, is in your pocket. You don't understand anything but money. You have become the worst kind of celebrity. The worst. You're not doing it for the love no more. It's all about the money. People think it ain't about the money. It is all about the money. That's why when Kanye West appeared on with Chris Cuomo, and I talked about that interview last week. When he appeared with Chris Cuomo, he was like, people don't refer to me as a billionaire. People don't refer to me as a genius. People don't refer to me as a mogul. They always call me a rapper. Aren't you that too? I mean, I know that you are more than that. That's why in that video where everybody's attacking me, I made sure to call him a mogul. I made sure to call him a billionaire. I made sure to call him a visionary. I called him all the words that he wanted to be called, and still they came for me. But yeah, so he's saying his social credit score is gone. He's getting lynched economically. We poor. Some of us are poor. We getting economically lynched every day. Now you're understanding what we feel, but you're not understanding because you got $400 million. Anywho. Yeah, so he attacked this lady, put a picture up there, said, you're either being controlled or you're being greedy. Put her picture on social media. You know what that's doing. It's the same type of shit that Trump does. It's a dog whistle. It's saying, I want the entire, my entire fan base, I want them to go attack this lady. The same thing he did to Pete Davidson. I want my entire fan base to go attack this person. This is why he does this shit on social media. He taking a page right out of Trump's playbook. So anyway, he said, now for Roxy Washington and Roxy Washington alone, said a whole name, make sure that people know who she is. I gave $2 million out of my pocket for the family to help George's daughter, your daughter. I can guarantee that most of those that came for me after my comments didn't do what I did, even those with millions of dollars in the bank. How much did Black Lives Matter give? Many gave words, I acted. we applaud you for acting. Now, because of words, you want to sue me for $250 million. Yes, because your words hurt. Because you've got 40 million people behind you like a fucking army who will continue the attack. So your words hurt. Anywho, say now because of words, you want to sue me for $250 million when I'm going through an economic lynching, a digital lynching, a social credit score bankrupting. You're either being controlled or you're being greedy, but you better get you some business. And we know, that's a dog whistle as well. Black folks know what better get you some business mean. For God get mad. This is how you try someone who was there for your family. You'll never get money from no one else. God don't like ugly. Look at your motherfucking hat. And also, it ain't over. It ain't over. He did some more shit. He went to Instagram. He talked to Ari Emanuel, who did call for a boycott of Kanye after Kanye came out with his anti-Semitic remarks. Now, before I move into that, a lot of people were coming like, well, shit, they wasn't canceling no deals when he was talking shit about black people when he said slavery was a choice, because that was on black people to do it, and y'all didn't do it. In fact, you doubled down and went out and bought all his shoes and his music and made him richer. He had his stuff in the Gap. He put that shit and told them they could not hang it up. Put that stuff in the Gap in garbage bags on the floor. And guess what? Y'all asses still dug through the garbage to get Kanye West gear, to find your size in a garbage bag. That's what he thought about you. And he did it because he knew that if you guys was willing to dig in the trash for his clothing, if he could say the things that he was saying and y'all still support him, that he'll never lose you. He's always gonna have you. But the Jewish community, they wasn't going. They were not going. They said, okay, you say we got so much power, we about to exercise this power. And they did. And I don't blame them. The problem is black people don't have the same solidarity as the Jewish community. And that's why he didn't lose any endorsements after he said that stuff, because we didn't force that. We didn't force it. But anywho, he talked about Ari Emanuel. He said, you tried to bankrupt Adidas and me at the same time. You tried to destroy my life after all the money, because everybody say he ain't talking about money, but he is. He's talking about money I made for the business people. He said, yeah. He said, as if these words weren't bad enough, another troubling part of his message is his use of the post-lynching photo of Emmett Till, while also writing, this is what modern post-social media hashtag Black Mirror warfare looks like. Economic lynching, digital lynching, bankrupting my social credit score. So he compares himself not just to George Floyd, but to Emmett Till. So anywho, I don't know what else to say. If y'all still, I'm not saying you can support who you want. I'm saying that man right now, he needs help. He needs help. And defending him in his wrongdoing is not going to encourage him to get help. Did you hear about Kyrie Irving and his tweet? Did he tweet something about, what did he tweet? Not the Alex Jones tweet, but what was the latest one? I did hear something about it. Davina's saying she thinks he did some of these things to get out of his contracts. I don't think he did. I don't think he did, because the only thing that's making him a billionaire is his contract with Adidas. He doesn't have that anymore. He lost his billionaire status, and quite frankly, he's burning a whole lot of bridges behind him. So if he wanted to get out of these contracts, why is he complaining about them? He wouldn't be complaining. If I wanted to get out of my contract with this place that I'm renting, my apartment, and I say some crazy shit, and then they say, okay, well, You just get out. We just part ways. You get out. Why later on am I going to be like, they kicked me out? No, I'm not. I'm going to be happy because that's what I wanted in the first damn place. No, Kanye is truly hurting himself. He's not doing this as a ploy to get out of his deals. Just watch how he moves. He's moving like a person who ain't all there right now. Davina said, I didn't hear the apology he gave. I'm just trying to figure out his angle. It's so hard to see him going through all this, which a lot is self-inflicted. But yeah, all of it is self-inflicted. Ain't none of this nobody else's fault. It's all self-inflicted. He's sick. He's not getting help. He's doubling down on the fact that he's not going to get help. And the people he calling friends right now are just taking advantage of him. He said, Davida said, you can't compare your issues to having a knee on your neck like George Floyd. He also compared himself to Emmett Till. So, I mean, it ain't no low. He going to say whatever he say. He really believes that he's being persecuted, when it really is just the consequences of his own actions coming back. Again, I protect the right for Kanye to say and feel however he wants. Not just Kanye, me and you and down the street and you around the corner and you in the next country. I want all of y'all to be able to say whatever you want to say. But just be prepared for the backlash that might come with it when you say something controversial. I can't make other people say, well, because he said that, you guys shouldn't take your money away from him. Of course you should. It's your money. If you don't agree with what he said, the way that you stop hurting him is by not patronizing him. Don't buy his clothes. Don't buy his shoes. Don't buy his products. And then if enough people get together and say, we will not support him and buy his products or his shoes or his clothes or his music, companies got to wash their hands of that. They can't just keep you around, and the people are the customers, which is who they're doing this shit for. The customers are saying, we ain't gonna buy this stuff. You can make all the Yeezys you want. We're not buying it. Now, if Kanye wanted to be smart, and you guys, I mean, I really hate that people believe that he's doing this shit on purpose to get out of deals, because he got how many kids? 4? If he wanted to get out of a deal, or if he wanted to move into another arena, you got 4 kids who you could put a business in their name. Just like Blue Ivy got her own thing. Blue Ivy, her name is copyrighted. She has her own business, Blue Ivy Carter. If Kanye West wanted out of deals and wanted to move into a different direction with his products, he just pivot with his kid. You got 4 heirs. It's easy to do. I put this in North's name. I call this Northwest, and then we just make a whole line off of her name. She's still a West. It's the same thing. We've been doing this shit for years. I ain't gonna say we, but we all know somebody who can't get the light bill cut on in my name, so I'm gonna get it cut on in my kid's name. That's the same thing he could do. I can't move around. I can't get out of this contract, so I'll put it in one of my kids' name and make the money there. It's still his money. Y'all, I hate the fact that we believe that this man is playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers, when in all honesty, everybody else is playing chess and he playing shoots and ladders. He's not doing this as some kind of genius move. Anyway, okay, I've said enough about Kanye. And yeah, Davina's last comment was, stop giving everyone the ammo against you. Yeah, he's loading the gun. He's loading the gun. But again, at the end of it all, and I'm gonna say this, and then this will be where I stop, except for I'm gonna pick up Davina's comment. This is gonna be where I stop after Davina's comment. I still believe that it by continuing to talk to him, because right now there's something going on. There's something going on. He's liable to off the wall and sensational, and of course, sensational shit sells. So these media outlets are keeping a microphone and a camera in his face, hoping and praying that he does or says something crazy, and he's doing it. He's doing it. So, excuse me. I'm so sorry for yawning in y'all face and ear and all that. But yeah, so they are capitalizing on his spiral. And I don't think that's cute or funny. You know, again, I've got a reach of maybe a few thousand people, and these outlets have reach of millions and millions of people. So it is making Kanye either look like a victim to some people, which he's not. Let's keep that clear. He's not. Or look like a villain to everybody, which I want to say he's not. Kanye isn't. But the unmedicated Kanye, that alter ego is the villain. If y'all follow me. Oh, I do remember. I saw this, Davina. Kyrie apparently posted something about an anti-Semitic film and book. A reporter asked Kyrie why he was promoting such content. Kyrie stated that he just made a post, but he was not promoting anything. Again, a protected right for Kanye, Kyrie, anybody to say what they want. If that's how he feels, he wants to promote or post. I won't say he was promoting. He wants to post anti-Semitism. I agree. Do whatever you want. Post whatever you want, but be prepared for the backlash. And the problem with Kyrie is, there hasn't been enough backlash. I didn't agree. Once, y'all know how I felt about the vaccine. Once we found out the vaccine wasn't about to keep you from getting COVID, it was like, well, shit, I could care less if you get the vaccine, as long as I got it, to keep myself from getting more sick than I have to, because it's not going to stop me from getting it, but I won't get as sick as you because you didn't get the vaccine. I could care less whether or not you get it. Once I found out that you're not, that you can still get it even if you are vaccinated. So Hakuna Matata means don't worry for the rest of your days. So I didn't agree with him having to sit out for the vaccine. I disagreed with him because I'm like, dude, you got a family support. You really, this is the hill you want to die on? But he has the right to do that. That's his right. I don't care whether or not you're an anti-vaxxer. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is me and mine, and what I can do to keep me and mine safe. And I can't even talk them. Some of them, these kids don't want to get no vaccine either. So, hell, I'm not even doing a great job of keeping me and mine. It's just me. So, anywho. Davina said Kyrie subsequently deleted the post, but he posted it. And then she was saying that tweet that I was talking about earlier was about a documentary by Alex Jones. And look, when I was a younger person, I watched some of them Alex Jones documentaries. Before I started really, when I was like looking at it and start to realize this dude jumping out the window with some of the thought, he has gotten truly paranoid. And that's when I was like, oh, I can't fuck with you no more, Alex. But the bottom line is, ain't nothing wrong with you. Do whatever you want, whatever you're willing to face the consequence for. Yeah, that too. On another note, not a lot of people are not liking Elon Musk and the changes he's making at Twitter. He fired the entire board, made himself the pretty much board of directors of Twitter, to get that verified check, to keep your verified check, not to get it, to keep your verified check. You will have to pay. This is allegedly. You will have to pay $20 a month to keep that verified check. And there are a lot of people who that's a really big deal to. Getting that blue check mark by your name is a really huge deal. It ain't $20 a month a huge deal. I don't know how many people will pay for it. I wouldn't. Elon Musk, what I am going to say is not going to be popular. It's, again, you can say whatever you want. So I do agree with Elon Musk about the freedom of speech. Now, just because a person saying something hurts you, that doesn't mean that they no longer have the right to say it. But remember them consequences. Remember the fuck around, the find out part of the fuck around. It's the find out part. So you say the wrong thing and something happens, and then you gonna find out. Just like Kanye is finding out. Look, I can't even find nobody else that's in our former president, just like that kind of stuff. These are things that when you F around, you find out. And now the finding out is coming. So I agree with Elon Musk. I would prefer for people to have freedom of speech, say what you think and feeling, so I know who not to deal with. I don't want to deal with you. If you have some type of feeling about me, or people who look like me, or people who think like me, if you got them kind of problems, I don't want to be around you. I'm not saying I need to live in an echo chamber, because that's horrible too. If everybody you hang around with has the same opinions as you, where is the growth? So I agree. I love the art of debate. I don't want to agree with anybody 100% of the time, because I can't mentally grow from that. If you're not learning, you're dying, Yeah. So I got all passionate and stuff. There was something else that was going to make me laugh. Was going to make me. I forgot what it was. Yeah, I don't disagree with people having being able to say whatever they want. Say what you feel. What you talking about? You said you can't spell. Girl, I be knowing what you mean. It's a whole lot different if it don't even make sense. I know what you mean. Gosh, it was something else. I can't remember what it was. Shoot, it's burning me. It's gonna burn me up. That was. But anywho, last thing I want to talk about is I love Aldous Hodge. Did I tell y'all that? Y'all know that. I love Aldous Hodge. And I guess it's good to end this on a good note instead of, winding up this whole thing talking, hey, shucks. I'm tired of talking about that man, but he just makes it so easy. People just follow him around with cameras. Anywho, Aldous Hodge. Now, if you guys don't know, before I got old and can't see, I read so much. Like I could read books on books on books on books. I could read a book a day. If you put that book in front of me, I could finish it. So I was a fan of James Patterson's Alex Cross series. The Alex Cross was a police officer, a police detective, also some kind of psychiatrist or psychologist, if I'm correct. And in a lot of the movies back in the day, he was played by Morgan Freeman. Then they did a bad turn of Tyler Perry played him in one movie. And now we're going to get Aldous Hodge starring as Alex Cross. And Amazon is ordering the series for him to star as Alex Cross. And you know what? He is a far better fit for Alex Cross than Tyler Perry was, because Alex Cross was to be a strong, muscular, wiry. He looked like a boxer. They kind of said, actually, in the books that that he looks like Muhammad Ali in the books. Now we know that Aldous Hodge does not look like Muhammad Ali, but he is fine. So, so we can take that. But I'm just excited because they are adapting this into a series. Hopefully, it gives me Luther vibes. If you guys remember Luther with Idris Elba, one of those BBC, was it a BBC? It was a British TV series, but I loved it. I absolutely love that series. So hopefully it will put me in that frame of mind, like Luther. But adapting some of the storylines from the books, not to the letter, but just so I can feel familiar. But yes, I can't wait to see Aldous Hodge do his take of Alex Cross. I'm so excited. And if you guys are looking forward to seeing Aldous Hodge in anything else, let me know in the comments. Says Shonda Rhimes says she's done with Twitter. It's a lot of people who are saying that they're exiting Twitter. But my problem is, well, this is the find out part. You know, Elon Musk is implementing changes that people do not like. So now those people can either stick around and see if things, really deteriorate, or they can go elsewhere. And Shonda Rhimes says she's taking her talents elsewhere. And I'm not mad. And she's not alone. It's a lot of people who are like, one, I lost a whole lot of followers because a lot of people leaving Twitter. And then number two, they themselves might leave Twitter. It's a lot of saying that. But while we're talking about that, Jack Dorsey, who was the former owner of Twitter, who was, he sold Twitter to Elon Musk. Jack Dorsey is starting a new social media app. And I have to find the name of it. I was going to look at it on my phone, but you know what? I could just type it right here. Jack Dorsey is starting his own, and right now, Blue Sky. That's the name of it. Blue Sky Social Media. And right now they're taking people, putting them on a waiting list to beta test Blue Sky. Now I put my name on the waiting list because if I find a social media site that still shares news, that still has hubs of my favorite things, I will spend most of my time on that site. I'm still going to keep Twitter because one thing I cannot get beyond with Twitter is that it will be, what is the name of it? Trending. What's trending? I want to stay on top of. I want to know what everybody else is talking about. And that is not just in pop culture, but in news and in sports. This is how I best process this information, is in these bites. And I know I talk shit about TikTok, but it's in bites that I can read instead of having to just sit and watch mindless stuff on a social media app. I'm watching or I'm reading what's going on in the world in smaller bite-sized nuggets. And I like to consume my stuff like that because guess what? I stay on top of what's going on in the whole world, in the entire world, off of what's trending on Twitter. I bullshit you not, and then I can go and fill in the blanks. I got my own what's trending, the information or the subjects that I'm most interested in, and it's some wild stuff. It don't make no sense, but it makes sense to me. Then you got, what's trending just everywhere, what's trending in the US, what's trending in news, what's trending in sports, what's trending in entertainment. I can keep that. Now, if Blue Sky is doing that and it does it with a measure of success and it stay as current and as up to date as Twitter, because one thing for sure, Twitter has already heard about it long before it gets to Facebook. So by the time you done heard it on Facebook, people on Twitter has already dissected this conversation. So if Blue Sky can be the same way, where it disseminates information, people go there first to report information and that sort of thing. If Blue Sky is that's where I want to be. Now, I'm not saying that Jack Dorsey is not without some kind of, I guess he's not infallible. But I truly would enjoy a new experience if it is giving me a similar experience. Not what's the name of it? What's the guy's name? Truth Social, not Truth Social. That's an echo chamber. I don't want to be on a site where everybody thinks the same. I want challenges to my thought processes. I want somebody to disagree with me respectfully, and then maybe I change my mind. Or at least I walk away with a better understanding for why these people feel the way they do. I want that. So the app with the name Blue Sky is gearing up for a test run. It already has a waiting list of users waiting to try out the app's beta version. It's not yet clear what Blue Sky will eventually look like or how it will function, but it has been noted as a rival to Twitter. Twitter's rival is going to be a simple, fast, and open network. It's going to integrate ideas from the latest decentralized technology into a simple, fast, and open network. Like I just said, it will be a social network that will be managed by various sites rather than using a single location to have its servers. That's a good idea. We call the app Blue Sky because it'll be a portal to the world of possibilities over the AT protocol. Users of Blue Sky will be able to move freely in between various social media platforms using a single browser. Blue Sky was founded by Twitter in 2019. The larger long-term goal is to build an enduring open protocol for public conversation that is not to be owned by any organization, but contributed to by as many as possible. And that it is born and evolves on the internet with the same principles. So speaking on whether the network will be a rival to Twitter, Dorsey tweeted that it's a rival to any company trying to own the underlying fundamentals for social media or the data of the people using it. So some critics think that it's going to be a collaboration between Dorsey and Musk, but who cares if it's a different experience, all of us coming in on the ground floor of this experience, and we will all have the same opportunity to grow. I'm with it. I'm for it. And hopefully I can, get in on the ground floor. But there are a lot of people who are saying that they are leaving Twitter, and some people are going to wait it out for Blue Sky. Some people are going to wait it out, Blue Sky. Anywho, let me pick you up. Oh, Davina said I'm absolutely correct. Those consequences will find you. Yes, they will. F around, find out. Davina also said she's going to be all over the Alex Cross series. Baby, I'm all over anything Aldous Hodges in. Just anything. And you're getting better with Twitter. It's a learning curve when you're coming from where we came in kind of at the bottom of Facebook. So we grew with the platform. And now, Twitter is just a different experience. It's everything is you're not gonna get no long drawn out post unless you're reading a thread, and it's gonna be given to you in what is it? How many characters? 240 or 250 characters. So say what you mean, say what you want, spit it out. We ain't got time for all that long out, drawn out shit. Just spit it out. And part of it is part of it can be now we expect to get everything so fast. But part of it is we need to get information fast, especially in the day and age, the times that we're living in. Yeah. So anywho, I didn't talk for 2 hours, well, almost 2 hours. I put those little videos in, gave myself a little break. But yeah, I got to eat dinner. So it's been fun. I came here. I saw, I conquered. I cannot wait until we meet here again. Hopefully, I'm not making no promise. Let me shut up, because every time I say something that I'm going to do, I don't finish it because I suck. But I also don't be realizing just how much it's taken out of me being this full-time grandma. I'm like full-time with it. And it does take a lot out of me now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm behind on a whole lot of stuff, but I would not trade this for the world. I love that little boy. And I love watching the day-to-day changes. So yeah, I feel blessed to be able to get to do that. With all that being said, I've got nothing else. Keep your eyes open for shorts. There's a myriad of ways to find me and keep in contact with me down in the description of this here video or live stream. There's a lot of ways to catch up with me, a lot of ways to support the show. Look down there. Also down there is a lot of links that tell you what I plan to talk about. And I went off on a Kanye tangent for quite a little while, but that happens. Join me here again. At least we know some point next week we're going to have to wrap this week up again, and we will be talking about the box office and all things that we love. Keep your eyes on me for TikTok. I'm 19 Tasha at 19 Tasha 73. At 19 Tasha 73 on TikTok. Follow me. I need to get bigger. With all that, I've got nothing else. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Peace.